Man. Oh, I got the delay on from the vocal effects, man. I feel like I'm in space. Nah, so that's wild as shit. So why you see how fake this sound?
Nigga, I try to get right to it and shit.
Yeah, for real. I don't even remember the direction no more.
So basically, you started off asking me how. Well, not even asking me. I'm tripping. I started talking about how I never realized how into music I was on the come up.
Oh,
Cause I,
like yeah, because you were saying like your granddad had a crazy music setup.
yeah, he had like a whole room in his joint, just a whole music room, big ass joint, just fucking everything, drums, guitar, vinyls, record player, mic, nice ass speakers, fucking not even just regular doom drums. He had the congos, he had the maracas, he
Damn.
had the shit that almost looked like a goddamn some shit you could stand your feet on with the beads. I don't even know what that joint called. He had all type of shit. And man, he taught me how to play guitar, piano, and shit. We used to just do like karaoke and shit. But I never really thought about how into music I always was or around it. Like I never really put two and two together. Like, duh, nigga, this was like gonna be this is obvious as shit. Like I never, but I'm last to realize it.
Why? Because it was so much like of a casual activity. It was such like an everyday thing. It wasn't anything to think twice about.
Yeah, not at all. Like, he was just such an effortless teacher. Now that I think about it, because he would do that. We boxed. Like he had a big ass punching bag in the garage and a whole workout garage too. You know, very organized man. You know what I'm saying? So he had sections for all type of shit. So we doing that. Fucking, it was like so much happening. I'm doing that. He's teaching me basketball, footwork. He's teaching me how to throw arrows and knives. I mean, how to shoot arrows, throw knives and shit. Like how to, like I'm learning all type of shit, just young as shit. So all of it is just
It sounded like you grew up like a cowboy.
all type of so many different environments. Like that's one section of shit. My regular home life, because that's my dad's dad. It's not my I lived with my mother and her mom.
Okay.
Her dad passed when I was like 4.
Bless y'all.
He was a great dude. I remember looking for him when he died. Like when we came back home, I just was looking for him. Like where he at?
Like it ain't click.
Yeah, like that was my dog.
For real. So you have like good memories with him.
Yeah, like he was a
That's
great
awesome.
man, strong, like a great representation of a man. I'm thankful for that. A lot of people don't get that.
Now let me ask you though, not to take it out something wholesome, but like why was your grandpa like that? Let me ask you that in like a 2-part question. Why was he so equipped with all that musical stuff, let alone the other skills?
It's a 2-part joint because he's a versatile military man.
Okay.
He's very particular. He's just like that. And he does all type of shit. Like he's probably in his 90s now. 6-pack.
What?
Still active and fucking like he's that nigga. Like
do he smoke?
He smoke weed.
Whoa.
He smoke weed.
Man, why they always smoke when they get that old? It's whiskey and cigars. I be hearing that a lot from the old folks.
Yeah, that nigga, he got
it. Man, that's a blessing right there.
Real. But yeah, that and it runs in our family because I'm related to, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Donny Hathaway. If you've ever heard like the closer I get to you, and it's like the more you make me smile. That whole shit. This Christmas, all that, he's a fucking like it's some nigga shit, but like he's a legendary nigga with that. I'm related to Donny Hathaway. His daughter Layla Hathaway is a very well known vocalist.
I know the last name.
Singing motherfuckers.
Man, that's fire.
And so that's on his side of the family. That's on my dad's side. So that's my granddad's people. So I think it's that, and he's just a very well versed man. I would say that.
Okay, so that kind of answered both parts of the question. Kind of like why do you have the stuff and what made him that way. So, all right, so I did have this other question, and I kind of had like this vision of it. I felt like this would be it'd be a good layer question because I feel like it'll pull out like 3 different emotions throughout the answer. So why do you think you haven't made it yet?
Me?
Yeah. Why hasn't me made it?
No, that's my answer. I definitely the honest deepest layer of it. I guess I work from the depths up to the surface here. Um, I know how shit goes for niggas like me, and it don't go well as far as being
Yeah,
able
it's
to
not well
live.
received.
It's not safe. It's not like I feel like my path ends in death. So I've been trying to enjoy my life before I get to that,
Mm.
to be honest with you, and be regular.
Do you think it's like a negative death or like a righteous death?
Righteous death. I don't look at it as negative, but I just sometimes when I look amongst the landscape, I don't feel motivated to die for that. So it's like I'll be down here for a little bit, take my
Okay.
time. Also, I have definitely held myself back. Like I got stuck here. Like I got stuck a little bit because my goal was to leave the country and shit. So I was prepared for that when I graduated. I was supposed to be leaving the country, and when I wasn't allowed to do that, it kind of shifted everything. So I just started. I got caught in the 9 to 5 circle immediately, and was getting it out the mud that way. Uh, and it takes time, but it has been me procrastinating or learning certain shit or getting out of it and not putting in the full energy it deserves quite yet. That's all it is, really.
It seems like you've gotten better throughout the delay.
No, for sure. I think it was needed. Like, I think life has a way of being as it needs to be.
Absolutely.
So it's like I kind of just roll with the punches, and I'm at a point now where I'm being guided. I really believe in God, believe in a higher power, but I have something inherently I'm led on my path. Like I'm in control of myself amongst the world, of course, but like there's something that guides me. Like I know the direction I'm supposed to take, but it's scary as shit, bro. Like I don't even like talking about it, but I've seen things. Like I have these dreams and they'll be so like specific and real. And it's not from an external perspective where I can see myself. It's through my eyes. You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody dreams like that all the time and shit, but like it's not a
Like you
outward
actively doing something?
like it's a life experience. And I've lived through some of those dreams in my future. Like presently I have experienced things in dreams prior that I then experienced in real life. And beyond just moments, there are moments that make me tap into the fact that this happens a lot, but it'll be full sequences. It'll be portions of life. It'll be months. It'll be situations.
How clear is it when you stumble across it in real life when it finally catches
It's
up to the
immediate.
moment?
It raises the hair on my body. Like it's
But do you get like a That's So Raven type snippet, or do you get not necessarily with the dream? I'm trying to figure out how to correlate the feeling. Because if I
it's
had to relate to it in a little way, I would say I have experiences like that, but I get like a foggy, like a blurry connection to them.
no, I get. I mean, sometimes there's only chunks of the situation,
Of course.
like when they're smaller things, but it's the experience. That's why I know I'm there when I'm there. Like it's the exact same. I'm looking at the from the exact same angle. I'm seeing the exact same thing in my immediate vicinity. The smell is the same. It's it's like I lived it already, and it's weird to be back here.
Is there a twist on it?
In what regard?
Mm, kind of like you get what you know what was coming, but it's not in necessarily the way you expect, or there's some aspect of it that's like slightly different.
The twist is that it's exact, and you try to fight it, and it only makes it worse
Mm.
in certain situations, or it just makes it happen quicker, or you know what I mean? Which is the weird part. It's like I don't know what to do
That's a
because
big burden.
it's very uncomfortable
It's
sometimes.
actually a big blessing, but it has its pain or whatever you'd want to relate it to.
Yeah, like I'll give a smaller one. Like this relationship I had in like high school. I dreamt of it when I was a kid, but the only difference was she wasn't visible because I was a kid. I guess because it hadn't happened yet, but everything else was there. Like the entire sequence of events that led to us like breaking up, the mood, I experienced all of it in these dreams, right? And there's a point where right before we broke up, we went to go see Wolf of Wall Street.
Crazy.
And I saw Wolf of Wall Street in my dream. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I saw Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw the scene with his wife when she pulled up I saw that scene. So once when I'm watching a movie, I was like, why do I feel like I've seen this movie before the whole time? And like, it's weirding me out a little bit, but I'm just enjoying it. But that scene fucked me up and it clicked for me. This is that scenario and situation. And it made me act weird. Where if I would have just been cool and been me, we would have been good, most likely.
Oh, for real?
Because it's like
you
bugging me out.
You fuck some shit up knowing too much?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's very odd.
So like that's a very shallow one. So when I speak to being not so comfortable with certain things that's going to come with my path, that's what I mean. Like, but detailed, like crazy shit. You know?
That's the best twist I've ever heard. Because I've, you know what I'm saying? Not in like some thinking of negative things on purpose. But if I were to make a twist that would be like the most effective on someone, it would be something as transparent as give them their own choice to try to affect what the inevitable is. Like, it's like, that's such an anxiety-inducing twist. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have something external happen. I feel like that's easier to
navigate.
Get off your brain. Like, it's like it's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? But when you put it in my hands, then it's like a double-edged sword. For sure. But if like when it's an outside problem, I can rationalize that with myself and come to peace with it. But when things are my fault, they have a different weight. Because I feel like 100%. My influence, I had a choice. I had a chance to make the right decision and do the higher thing. And somehow it just succumbed to something else. So I feel like that would have a different weight. So that is like a horribly great twist.
That shit is weird, to say the least. But yeah, that's the answer to why I haven't made it. And because, like I said, life is always going to be as it needs to be. And I think it just wasn't quite the time for me mentally, development-wise. I think I definitely could have been at any time, but I think I needed to grow closer to fully. Like, I want to be a man representation as I move forward, not just like, I don't know, I would have been a poppin' ass young nigga, but I was crazy as shit. And I'm not like that anymore.
So you think that difference is what you needed to become successful? Or is that almost unrelated, like a side effect of the path?
I think I would be lying to you if I knew.
Of course, yeah. It's all hindsight thought.
I forgot my point. I forgot what I was about to say like a motherfucker.
Shoot, it don't matter. Let me ask you kind of a spin-off dumb question. When do you think you're going to make it as an actor?
I never thought about it. Give me 2 years.
2 years from now?
But you mean make it? Make it.
No, I'm not saying like a debut is good enough. A successful debut. That's criteria in this question, I guess.
I'm about to be 28. I think in my 30s, like 32, 31. So I'll say like 3-4 years. I think I could definitely have that seriously done. And I know that sounds crazy, but I know. I'm gonna be that nigga, yo. I promise. This is gonna be a funny ass conversation one day, especially if I don't.
Yo, yeah. Man, I wish we was recorded, man. Yo, I would have loved to see him saying that shit, because that's probably a crazy face.
That's why I have to got you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I knew you was about to check.
That shit was too crazy, man. I mean, do you feel like it's going to be comedy, though? Is it going to be some comedy breakthrough, or you think you're going to be serious?
I think I could be a great serious actor. But I definitely think I could The comedy shit, I definitely would get on by myself. I
Yeah,
think that get me in the door, and like writing.
man, that this conversation ain't a good tell of it. But the funny shit that snowballs out of your ideas, man, insane. You could be a one man writing room.
I appreciate that, and I will take that advice and utilize it because that's something I really want to do. I want to. We don't have a Chappelle show,
We don't.
and I feel like for some reason I could bring us close.
There's got to be some sort of gravity inside the people that's already doing that. You got to be able to connect with someone out there who's close to being on the same like thought process with that shit. Definitely won't be here. Gotta get out of Virginia for that,
Unless I go to Funny Bone.
man.
Because I mean, people like celebrity, like not celebrity, comics go there.
Kinda.
So
Not this one though.
the one in the beach,
Yeah, the beach ain't too popping. We've got some people, but they're not the best.
yeah, like George Lopez was here.
Washed.
My man's met T.K. Kirkland though. T.K. Kirkland's a legend.
Nah, some legends come through here, but it's the problem is it's like legends with real B-list buzz.
No, I know what you mean, but sometimes you can take steps. But all conversations, maybe there's nuance to conversation. There's things you could learn just from being around, seeing, taking note, or being in the
Definitely.
circuit. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
up there and performing. I'm an opener or something, or I force my way and I gain some type of attention from it from them that they share some type of wisdom, or they want me to go on tour with them. Not that this is far fetched, but
Right. No, I understand how anything's possible and what that really could lead to. And having that faith is something I've been really trying to incorporate so far in 2024. And it's probably been the most profound thing I think I've done in my life in a long time.
that's peace to hear, man, because you deserve that, bro. Like you lead yourself everywhere you need to go, whether you like it or not,
For sure. It's crazy that way.
like a motherfucker. That shit is.
And it's weird because you can still live in the duality of knowing that and understand that type of dichotomy, but still put yourself in the center. Like I was trying to tell my girl that like I feel like one big problem with people who are spiritual but are still kind of like atheist-esque, where they don't necessarily believe in a God in a traditional sense. They have some sort of perspective on the higher power, and they relate it more to spiritual shit and kind of fall into crystals and shit like that. I'm talking more of that type of person. I feel like they inadvertently put themselves in the God position for a lot of things and try to ask themselves to do stuff when it's you kind of got to be a little bit more humble about the path and follow instead of necessarily like direct yourself all the way.
Yeah, that's profound.
Yeah, it's an inadvertent thing too. It's not like a heavy. It's not a conscious self-centering, but you're asking yourself for all your answers, and that's not necessarily the right approach.
Yeah, that's built like a man who leans on his own understanding is a fool type shit or some shit like that.
That's exactly what that is.
Because I would say, if you are smart, you will quickly learn. All effective leaders must learn how to follow. You must know you're following. You must be able to understand them. You can't just blindly lead. And on top of that, like, okay, let's scale that business down some.
But
Educators must be educated. To
sure,
become a teacher, you go through school. To become, say you can't have never went to school and become a teacher. You will have to be a student to become a teacher, literally.
right. Even outside of the metaphysical or the spiritual, there's like a realistic part of that to where you can't deny that you should take that and consider all the way to the higher scale to the spiritual.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that. That's gonna be a hard one to win people on still, but man, that's so interesting, man.
You said it best though. You have to humble yourself because it is we are of God. But I'm telling you, when you smarten up and wisen up and submit in that way and humble yourself in that way, you will better yourself and you will be more effective at leading yourself in the way you think you're going to. You're seeking the wrong ways about it.
It just sounds so gay to submit. It feels so funny at the idea like you're not the one running your shit sometimes, but
Yeah.
I mean that's the ego though.
But it's also feminine to be emotional.
Oh
We
my
are
God.
supposed to be logical creatures. And the logical deduction is effective leaders must follow.
Yeah. You can think yourself out of greatness for sure.
But trust me, I know.
That's crazy. That is like the moral of everything, I guess. I've always said, God, it's been 20 minutes, man.
This is fire.
That's crazy.
Oh, let me grab my green juice right quick out the freezer.
Yeah, because he turning that joint to a popsicle, bro.
We'll be right back after these messages. Beep. Trash Go TV.
Hey.
Set up a reverb.
What, the trash go?
Yeah, it's gonna be Trash Go TV.
Yo, all right, so here's the problem, man. We had to punch back in this argument real quick because I got this take on this whole Kendrick thing right now. Like, I just had a transformative experience by not listening to this project. So look, man, my whole outside hate at first was, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's cool Kendrick doing this, but I just feel like him doubling down with this particular West Coast sound, it just feel a little funny to me on the outside because he ain't never did none of this shit that I've seen since like Section 80. He been like a 2013 lyrical rapper and that all the way to now. Like even when he doing hard shit, it's never been anywhere close to Buster. It ain't never been that like that particular West Coast bop.
But I will say he's been always heavily experimental with his vocals and shit. So
true, very diverse with his sound.
When he started working with his little cousin, Baby King, he started getting more in that bag and having more fun with it. Like it seemed like he's more having fun. Like he's done being the serious boy, and he's out of his TDE deal. Like now everything is.
He is.
Yeah, he switched out. Now he's got a publishing deal, I think, with UMG or whatever. But it's his own. PG Lang is his shit. So it's all him now. So that probably plays a part. Maybe that was a part of the marketing theme for him. Maybe that's also how you felt at the time. And maybe so long of doing that now. And then, fuck you niggas. Possibility.
However, yeah, see, that's what someone kidded to me as like, man, you cool until someone, you know what I'm saying, make you show a different side of yourself. And I was like, in that way, I definitely respect that perspective because everyone been hating on him. He's like, and he's doing this because motherfuckers like you been hating on him, say he can't do this. And he's like, well, I'm going to show you what I can do. And I respect something like that. But it just feels funny to me. It's almost like he's doing a Drake type of thing. That's why.
It's a diss, bro. You gotta bro, you gotta understand the depth of this nigga. It's doubling down on the Drake shit and the diss. Like, yes, it is in a way, but I can really do this. He's really a Cali nigga. But
exactly. It's valid.
If you go back through the disses he had for Drake, there's one where he's rapping from Drake's perspective.
What?
He's not rapping from his perspective. That hip-hop beat, the timestamp that he rapped, where he took Drake's timestamp, he's rapping about Drake-like shit. Like, that's why he's rapping about all the money and I'm on the yacht and all that. If you go, like, he's... the nigga is extra'd out nigga.
For sure.
Creative. Like, he's on some me type time. Like, I would really take the time to do this type of shit.
What?
So, like all the extras. I would put the extras on it. Like, okay, Drake, you think you that nigga? I will do the Drake better than you. I will get you out of the way, and I will double down. And I don't even gotta do no hoe shit. I could be a real me and just get in that bag on niggas right quick and be a dark skinned star right quick and show you niggas, even in the video, how to be Kendrick for dummies and shit in the book. Like
I ain't peeped yet. All the shit I seen look real professional though.
It's a ha. That's not even gonna be. He gonna drop another album, I bet.
What, like real close? Like real soon?
Somewhat. Maybe even Super Bowl time, something like that.
Whoa. Maybe post Super Bowl. Yeah. After the hype and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Nah, but let me counter it though. Why I say I had a transformative experience, cause I do love seeing how much LA has loved like the rep for that shit. And at the end of the day, music is about the people. So it's like with that part, I had a problem with the whole feel like he's putting on a new face. But the way the people showed out and appreciated, I fuck with that.
He bringing niggas together.
Yeah.
Because it's really the Draco Derulo bop type shit.
Exactly.
It's homage. That's some Cali shit, man. Like,
He from Cali.
He a Cali nigga too. Like, he not just from
Authentically.
Cali. Like, he not just like it's a little. He get the. I see the play. Like, it's really he really playing in that man's face. Like,
see, this is a crazy take. I ain't seen nobody throw together yet.
Cause I'm familiar with his discography and I know the approaches he takes and the levels he takes. I used to read his lyrics and shit.
Gotcha.
So I'm more in depth at where my understanding would be a little different. But I understand like the further out of the onion you are in that it'll look differently, you know.
For sure.
But I definitely it looks like a haha. And I really don't feel like that wasn't an album. Like this is it's just some I'm that nigga. Like, take this. Here. Y'all niggas been saying I've been chilling. Yeah, I've been chilling. I'm trying to get out my fucking TDE deal. Get out my TDE deal. Drake, where you at? Come here. Smack, slap, smack. Bap. Album, Super Bowl. like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the whole Super Bowl to diss you.
Yeah, like, what?
That is crazy. This is a historical time in rap.
This is literally the year he got out of the deal, too. Like, this is the first year. He was like
he was in a 10-year deal.
Cause those was his niggas. Like he came up with
yeah.
You know, TD and shit. Like it was Black Hippie in them and shit. Like they was homies.
Top Dog.
They know each other. It's time. Like
definitely is. Ain't nobody else on TDE doing anything with the damn.
SZA.
Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Excuse me. Yeah, SZA definitely got it.
That's another thing. Y'all good. Like, I'm not even doing y'all a disservice. They not even beefing. Like, that's how thorough this nigga is. It wasn't even a bad. You didn't even realize this nigga was out of the shit. Cause it's good. Go do you, my nigga.
There won't no press about it because it won't no problem.
Which is
interesting. Yeah, I mean, I see a little bit more now, man. Appreciate it. But God, all right, yeah, that was just something I had to get off my mind was that whole Kendrick thing.
But I understand that because I really didn't listen to that album myself.
Yeah, I ain't check it out yet. I want to. I ain't got no like grudge going into it.
Yeah, I fuck with Kendrick. I'm just happy he getting his, man. I just see the play. I know the play. And I've been making music. That's a real, like, I haven't really been listening to anything besides, like, podcasts and, you know, the lives and shit.
I do want these lit rappers to get that type of opportunity, though. Because the motherfuckers that's making that music for their career do not get this much rap and this much love publicly all over the place. And maybe there's a bridge for that. But if it's not, I think that's deep down why I feel funny about Kendrick doing it. Not only is it felt like it was something potentially artificial, it feels like it's they showing love to this, but not they showing love to the tricked out remix, but not the original. So, but when I seen the people was happy that like a lot of the initial feeling of that disappeared. So,
because I will say, just for me being as an artist and especially via the battle rap shit and dealing with people like fan bases, support systems, and their perceptions of you and shit, it allows me to humanize artists. And that's why I can't fuck with some niggas because I see the moves differently because I can see myself in that position. But with the Kendrick shit, I feel like there's been a weight probably too of having to be the conscious bull, the woke music bull. And it seems like he's literally having fun just as a person. Like he seems in a good space. So like, I don't know, like I'm conflicted, but I can see where you coming from. But as a nigga, I feel like I just see a nigga in a good space.
He finally been able to do whatever he want now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some insight that'll definitely help me think about this shit a little bit more going forward. I can't wait to see what he do next and if I can hate on it. Yeah.
He been trying to get a Drake for years, so I ain't no telling what type of label shit is behind that at the play. You know what I'm saying? And he figured out the finesse. He got out of his shit, got the publishing with UMG. No, UMG really trying to get Drake out of here because he could shatter the whole music industry.
For sure.
So there's probably he probably used.
You seen that thing like he suing him?
Mm-hmm.
Drake suing UMG, and like as soon as that started, Kendrick went after him. So there's like the conspiracy that they sent him after Drake.
Well, no, he's suing them now.
Go get Drake.
Because they were probably stopping niggas.
What do you mean?
It seems like they're probably pulling label players to stop niggas from dissing Drake, and they're probably greenlit him. Like, you know what? I ain't protecting this nigga no more.
Got you.
Since you want to be a hoe ass nigga, and you think you're that nigga, you really don't know nobody even fuck with you for real. I really been keeping niggas off your ass because we got power in this bitch.
Right. Now you about to see our pool.
Yeah. Then you probably a nigga that already don't fuck with the nigga and know the nigga for real. Like, man, this nigga a hoe ass nigga anyways. Yeah, I'm a bet. It's time. You play. And the sad part is, because Drake is a hoe ass nigga, he had a chance to revolutionize the industry. He should have went independent. He would be a fucking multi-billionaire and he would have crushed the industry. But being that he's a hoe ass nigga, he went the hoe ass way about it, and you die how you live.
Yep. Diddy up. Yep. Not long live Drake though. I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, I probably cried when he said I probably cried when Pac died, but I never will when Drake does. And if tears hold value, I won't shed none for any single thing he showed us. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
YOLO.